I'm at Monza circuit in Italy, which is the fastest circuit in the Formula One calendar, and I've set myself a crazy challenge. I want to see how fast I can go around the infamous Parabolica corner in this car, the new Porsche 911 GT3 RS Manthey Racing. It's one of the fastest road legal cars you can buy for going on track, and that's why it's perfect for this high-speed test. But what makes this challenge so mad? Monza is known as the Temple of Speed. Average speeds here during Formula One qualifying exceed 160 miles an hour, and that brings a lot of danger. Monza has a history of big accidents, especially at the Parabolica. Even the Formula One safety car crashed there just last year. So why am I doing this? Well, I want to see just how much extra performance the new Manthey Racing kit adds to the already brilliant 992 911 GT3 RS. The top line figure is that it adds an extra 140 kilograms of downforce, taking the total to 1,000 kilograms. So on a racing circuit that's made up mostly of straights and some chicanes, the big, long final corner seemed like the best place to show the downforce working. But before I experience it for myself, I need to find out who this upgrade kit is aimed at and what's the idea behind it. So I spoke to Michael Grassol from Manthey Racing to find out. So Michael, what's this upgrade kit all about?
The philosophy about this upgrade kit is more or less to make the car suitable for track use for the hobby and amateur driver.
So it's not for racing drivers to go quicker?
Well, our customers in general are more hobby and amateur driver than professional racing drivers. And what we figure out, for example, is that the gap between a professional racing driver and an amateur gets smaller in terms of lap times with our car compared maybe to a stock car.
So this is essentially a cheat code to not only make the car more capable, but also make me, the driver, more confident in its ability. Is that right?
Yeah, because you know, when you reach the limit for an amateur driver, it's better to have let's say a little bit of a wider limit or more feedback when reaching it. 30 years ago, Rally Group B, Walter Röll finished 10 minutes before all the others. Now, rally stages are within tenths of seconds because the cars are so good that there is not such a huge impact by the driver.
And this is how Manthey approached the GT3 RS. They weren't interested in giving it crazy power and spiky handling, because that would only appeal to professional drivers with decades of experience. Instead, they refined the aerodynamics and overhauled the suspension to make it handle even better and make it easy to drive at very high speeds. That means that amateurs like me can get as close as possible to the car's true limits on track. According to Michael, this Manthey kit should give me enough confidence to go around the Parabolica faster than my mate and pro racing driver Sam in the normal GT3 RS. So what we're going to do is quite simple. We're going to come down here, go through a scari, which is a chicane, carry as much speed as possible, get as fast as we can along this straight, then brake for Parabolica, turn in, hit the apex and then power through, and we'll be measuring the time as we cross this line which is marked across the track. Whichever driver is going quickest there wins. First up, Sam is going to set a baseline speed in the new 3RS, and straight away I could tell he was even more determined than usual for a very good reason. So we've got the development driver of the GT3 RS in front, and Sam's, I think, has got a point to prove. He's fast though. He seems to be getting a bit better traction around the corners than you. You seem to go into them quicker. Here we go. This is. Now, I'm going to try and watch which line you take when you brake it from. Right. Oh! Right. This is the point here. That was 207. I'm not sure I'm going to get anywhere near that. So 207 kilometers an hour is my target to beat. And in a minute, I'll see how close I can get in the GT3 RS before going out in the Manthey car. But first, how do all the new aero upgrades actually work? Well, their main aim is to make the airflow faster underneath the car and slower over the top. This creates a pressure differential, like an airplane wing, only one that's upside down. So instead of lifting the car into the sky, the high pressure air above the car forces it down onto the track, which results in more grip for the tyres and higher cornering speeds. But how does the Manthey kit increase this effect over a standard GT3 RS? The most obvious thing you can notice here at the front is the much longer protruding front splitter on the Manthey version compared to the standard car. Now what a front splitter does is basically act like an air shovel. So it shovels up air, and the longer you shovel, the more air you can shovel up, and it causes high pressure air above. It all like gets caught there before it goes over the top of the car, whereas you get low pressure air underneath, so it just speeds up, shooting down underneath the car, creating that pressure differential and therefore downforce. Now see this? It's got these special like wires on it there to stop it like diving or lifting up. It keeps it nice and rigid. So that can take over 100 kilos of weight, and I'm going to stand on it in a bit to show you. But what happens if you go over a speed hump? Well, the problem is that could smash this part of your car as it sends a shockwave through into the body, but they've fitted little springs so that it can compress. Look, so it'll compress that way, but it won't elongate that way, because you don't want that happening when you're on a racetrack. You don't want your front splitter starting to actually shovel up the racetrack. Other side, the first thing to notice is this part, this extra bit, which is attached to the front splitter, and these canards, and this bit here, which is angled outwards. What that does is smooth the air down the side of the car. It puts a slight rotation on it, which helps it stick to the side of the car. Now what that does is sort of create like an air cushion around the car. So what you don't want is that fast air underneath escaping too much out the side of the car, and you most certainly don't want air coming from the outside going underneath, because that will just disrupt the airflow. Also underneath the car at the front, and on the standard car where it's kind of just like the underside of the boot, they've put an extra panel so it's completely smooth. Once again, that helps keep the air nice and fast running underneath the car. Now as we move to this part, we'll see that on the standard 3 RS you only have these two little guides either side of the roof, and what they do, they stop the hot air at the radiator from going into the engine, but they direct it off the side, but they don't quite do it enough. Now Porsche originally wanted to fit more on the roof of the factory, but for some reason, production constraints, it wasn't possible. So Manthey were advised by Porsche to fit some more to help move that air down the side and away from the air intake. Now we come to this part here, the famous Manthey rear wheel disc. So this does a few things. Now as the wheel is spinning, the top half of the wheel is actually spinning forwards, and what that can do is interrupt the airflow down the side of the car because it's moving in the opposite direction, and that causes drag. Also, what you don't want is air underneath the car escaping through the rear wheel arch before it gets to the diffuser, because it's going to speed up at the diffuser. You want it trapped underneath the car, and yet again, that is exactly what this disc does. Another thing that really stands out on this Manthey version is this. We have no rear window. Instead, there's this carbon fibre panel with this big fin. So that helps guide the air to the rear wing. More on that in a bit, but also because it's got this big side to it, it's like a sail, it helps the car track straight. And when you go around a corner, if the car starts to slide, then the air pressure can push the car straight again to keep it on the fastest racing line. Perhaps the biggest identifier that this is the Manthey version of the 3 RS is this big panel on the wing. Look at it, it's huge. Now, why is it so large? Well, the idea is that on the rear wing, it creates a lot of downforce, so you have high pressure above the wing, you have low pressure underneath it. Normally, the high and the low try to meet, and if they meet, then it affects the balance, so it reduces the amount of downforce. If you have like a big wall in between them, they can't meet, so they stay doing the job that they should do. Now, certain cutouts such as this, right, they found out that using computer modeling, that you get some turbulence just here, and this little cutout helps reduce the turbulence there, and it just escapes. Then there's these little vents. They actually vent some air from underneath the wing. You get certain areas of high pressure in the low pressure zone. You don't want that, and they just vent out of there, so it's all just low pressure underneath the wing, once again for maximum downforce on that wing. Speaking of which, so this wing here, the actual movable part, is in two pieces, unlike in the 3 RS. It's the same length but two pieces. Why do that? Well, what can happen is that air, when it's moving fast, it'll follow a surface, then it gets a bit bored, because the surface is just dead straight, it just like wanders off on its own, and that ruins the effect. If you give it another surface to sort of be interested in, it reactivates the air, and so it keeps moving in the direction at the speed that you want it to. And that's exactly what this second wing does here. It reactivates the air, so you're having it moving really fast underneath it and slower above the top. That's not all though. We move down to the diffuser. Now this is a big part here. So this diffuser is new compared to the standard car. It's longer. It goes all the way to the rear axle. Now on the standard car, you have one kink in it, and once again, the kink is to keep that air interested. It reactivates it, but because this diffuser is even longer, you need an extra kink in it, so it's got two kinks in it to reactivate the air twice, once again keeping it nice and fast out the back of the car to create that all-important pressure differential for maximum downforce. When you add up all the aero upgrades, this Manthey racing version of the GT3 RS has 20% more downforce than the standard car. What's really mad about that is that they've achieved it without any increase in drag. It's nuts. This was critical for Manthey because no extra drag means the car emits the same amount of carbon dioxide per kilometre as the standard GT3 RS, and it doesn't need to undergo an expensive rehomologation process. This means you can get a Manthey kit directly from Porsche, not just through aftermarket channels. But before I experience these upgrades for myself, I need to see what speed I can achieve through the parabolica in the standard GT3 RS. I'm a bit nervous, Sam.
Don't panic, I'm right here. I won't put you in a position, okay? So on the brakes, watch you turn in, roll, roll, pick up the power, drop the lock. Chase the power on. Add up. Good. Add up, stay left. Carry it in flat, absolutely pinned, nothing to worry about here. Smooth inputs, use all of the exit.
I can't hear you.
Smooth, smooth, smooth. Over to the right, brake it now. Down 2, one more off, roll. Turn, easy, now go. Good man. Stay left, up 1, down 1. Roll, middle, and tuck it in. Pick up the power, use the exit, drop the lock. Stay left, up 1, brake down 1, off, roll, in, release. Back on the power, over to the right. Getting ready for a Scary, it'll be 3rd gear, very fast.
I can't see what gear I'm in.
So you're going to go to the right now.
What gear am I?
You're in 5th, so you're going to go down 2. So brakes, 1, 2. Off the brakes, roll. Pick it up, full power. Full power, good man.
Okay.
Now we're coming up to parabolica.
Tell me to brake.
Keep going. Brakes, down 1, in. Pick up the power. Looking up, looking out. Chase, go.
Not this line, next line.
176.
No, this line.
1200.
Right, whoa!
I was pretty close to Sam, much closer than I expected. But does that mean my whole lap time was also close to his? We'll find out in more detail later on, but first I need to explain the other important changes Manthey has made to this car.
The Manthey kit also includes new suspension, so it's quite complex in the way that it works. The standard GT3 RS has adaptive suspension, and there's a valve, single valve on each shock. Now you can alter that valve for compression and rebound separately, so like this, by turning these little wheels here. Now what happens is that the car and the shock has to think about, am I experiencing compression or rebound? And then it will factor in that parameter depending on what it thinks it's doing. With the Manthey system, you have 2 valves, so each valve only has to think about either compression or rebound, so they're not multitasking, which means that they can respond faster. That's not all. You have a total of 7 sensors working with the suspension system, 1 on each shock absorber and 3 on the chassis. It can operate at 1000 hertz, so it's sending a signal 1000 times a second, so it's really responsive. Basically, the system is quicker responding, quicker to make up its mind, and doesn't have to multitask like the standard car system. Essentially, it can just handle better.
As well as clever new dampers, Manthey lowered the front end and modified the suspension geometry to make it more suitable for hard track use. But that's not all.
The kit also includes braided brake hoses for improved pedal feel. If you want to, you can upgrade the brake pads if you have carbon ceramics on your GT3 RS. Pads that are pre-bedded in and also contain copper, and that's important.
The extra copper helps the pads grip better and dissipate heat more quickly, so they can brake harder and more consistently, lap after lap. So how would all this help me get closer to Sam's top speed out of the parabolica? Well, I was about to find out, because it was time for my first laps in the Manthey racing car.
This feels more stable already.
Brakes, hard, that's it, down 2. In. Hell. Brake down 1, in. Pick it up, flat, go. Use the exit curve.
Blimey.
Huh?
I can feel it.
Yeah, look at I. In. Curve. Hell. It's unreal. Over to the right, coming down to a Scary. 3rd gear. Whether you can see it, I'll tell you. So you're going to go down 2. In, chase it, go. Flat, flat, flat. Flat, flat, flat.
Whoa. Okay, parabolica.
In, go. Go, 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 Matt, go on. Go on, Matt. Go on, Matt, go.
Come on!
Left, left, left.
Oh, I hit the red limiter! Come on! 202! If I hadn't hit the red limiter, come on!
One more. In. Now go, chase it. Use the arrow. Go, 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 go. Oh, stay back, 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 back.
Bollocks.
Oh, hell.
Is that everyone?
Go. In. All right.
Go!
Get on it, get on it. Get on it, get on it, get on it, get on it. Pull. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on.
207! 207!
Yeah. In, go! Flat!
Come on, this is it, come on! Come on, can I do it? Can I beat 207? We're neck and neck, sir.
1, 2, 3, in, go! Come on, Matt, pull, push, 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 push! Push, push,
Come on!
face the curve, curve, curve!
Right!
No!
We don't know, we don't know! I could have held that gear a bit longer. I think that just killed me. I just short shifted a bit too soon. Oh, you can really feel the downforce through here. Look at this. Wow. Down 2.
Yeah.
More like 3.
One more. Flat. Yes. Try not to lift on the exit of the Scari. Careful here, careful. In you go. Flat. One flat. Don't have a crash. Flat, go.
Here we go. One last go.
He's getting on it, he's getting on it.
Come on.
Alright, so let it rev, but don't let it hit the limiter because it'll kill us.
Brake now.
In. Flat. Flat. Flat.
I'm
flat,
frightened.
flat,
I'm
flat,
flat,
flat.
flat, flat, flat.
Yes!
Come on! Come on! Oh, it's 207 again!
Okay, check it flag. Slow down a bit. Well done, man. The difference is just ridiculous, isn't it?
It's not just the difference, like the confidence that I have in the car, it's just so much more stable and planted, isn't it?
Yeah, massively.
Ah, it's a shame the session's over.
Oh well, I win.
No, you didn't, we drove.
Moral victory, formal protest.
I'm going to be amoral. I'm going to try and blag another session.
Of course you are.
I did have a little chat with the guys at Porsche who had organised the track event, and after some persuading, and much to Sam's annoyance, they agreed to let me have another go. First though, I decided to go out in the normal GT3 RS to see if I could beat my time earlier, as I was now more familiar with the track. Would I be able to hit a faster exit speed than before?
I'm really confident in the Manti. This is moving around a bit more, just a bit more bumpy.
In. Flat.
It's so much more pushy here.
On the curve. Out, out, out.
Yeah, it pushes more, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
And it steers a bit more, yeah.
Off, in, go.
I just don't have the
Go.
confidence.
Go.
Here we go. 202!
Not bad. Off the brakes, off the brakes. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Out, 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 out. Good.
It's still really good without the Manti kit, to be fair. This is the last chance.
Off the brakes, off the brakes. In, 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 in. Flat, absolutely flat. Good, come on, come on.
Come on, what are we going to do? 203? That's it, I reckon.
I thought I'd be noticeably quicker in the standard car the second time round, but I wasn't, which suggested I reached my limit in the GT3 RS. However, the extra drivability from all the Manti upgrades should allow me to keep improving in the modified car. But before I could find out, we had to wait for a slot, and that gave me a chance to find out more about the price of this crazy kit.
It costs £100,000 plus almost £3,000 fitting. The suspension element is about £25,000, and you can actually have that on its own without the aero, but you can't have the aero without the suspension because the car's standard suspension can't cope with the 20% extra downforce. You can't even have little bits of aero that you might like, such as these wheel discs, because you think they look cool. You have to buy the whole aero package as one.
Another reason to buy this car is to have old school bragging rights over the owners of normal 911 GT3 RSs. And hopefully I'll have something to brag about too, as long as I beat Sam's top speed exiting the Parabolica, which on paper is definitely possible. Every Manti racing product has made huge gains over the standard car it's based on. For example, the 991.2 GT2 RS managed a Nürburgring lap time of 6 minutes 47 seconds. The Manti Racing GT2 RS was 7 seconds quicker. The standard GT4 RS took 7 minutes 9 seconds to lap the Nürburgring, whereas the Manti Racing version of the same car, 7 minutes 3 seconds.
You get the idea, okay? If you want the ultimate in track performance, you get the Manti Racing kit. Thing is though, it is rather expensive, especially when you've got to pay for the car as well for it to go on. So I'm getting a little bit nervous that if I crash this thing, I'm going to be facing a huge bill.
So I can't afford to screw this up. But I also want to push even harder and get some clear air between my exit speed in the Manti car and Sam in the GT3 RS.
Here we go then. Can I do it?
In. Go.
Come on now! Come on!
That's quicker.
208! 208! 208! Yes! Look at that stability. So much confidence.
Yeah. Great.
I think I braked a bit late there.
Good. Flat. Tiny lift.
Flat through there, it's mad! Hold on, hold on, hold on.
In. Go, go, go. Release, release. Keep it on, keep it on.
Come on!
Keep it on, good.
Come on! 210! 10!
Well done.
What a thing!
Good, man, good. Take more of this. In now. Perfect, use the curb, use the curb. Good, man.
Okay, this is it then.
Off the brakes, in. That's it. Wait, 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 now. Stay on it, use the curb, use the curb, use the curb.
Come on.
Use the curb, good.
Come on! 211! That's it! That is it! Wait! 211! Oh!
I'm conflicted because I'm happy for you, but I'm pissed off.
What a difference!
Yeah.
Just so stable.
I was so chuffed with the results. It was clear the Manti car didn't just generate significantly more downforce, but it gave me the confidence to drive the GT3 RS harder and harder. And when we looked at the track telemetry of my laps in the standard RS and the Manti car, we found something very interesting.
This is my GT3 RS lap and your GT3 RS lap.
What colour am I and what colour are you?
You're red, I'm green.
Of course I am, okay.
You're braking before me, you're not carrying as much speed into the corners of me, and then you're actually getting on the power. In some places, a little bit before me as a result of going so much slower, but in most places, you're getting on the power after me. So you're slower in, slower out.
Great. What's happening at the Parabolica?
My entry speed's quite a bit more than yours, but on the way out, because you've slowed down 20 odd K more than me, you're able to pick up the throttle a good 10 meters before I do. As a result of that, we do come to a V max as we head down the straight, but you're kind of chasing my tail the whole way out. So that time lost on the way in is never capitalized, and it's just lost the whole way down the straight there.
And overall then, what is my lap time compared to yours?
So you are unfortunately 4 seconds off me.
4 seconds is not long.
That's a lifetime.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. On one lap.
Yeah, it's a chunk.
Let's load in the Manti Racing and see what that looks like.
So now we're looking at a completely different picture.
Right, okay, so once again, I'm still red because I'm behind you.
You are. You're still slower than me. We'll talk about that at the end, but
yeah,
the gap has been closed significantly. If we look just coming down to turn 1, for instance, you actually brake later than I do. Now I carry again a little bit more into the corner. That's just experience. But you actually are able to have a much faster direction change, and you pick up throttle way, way sooner than me, and you actually make 3/10 on me out of the chicane, just through to be able to carry in more minimum, and then you're actually on the throttle way sooner than me. So your top speed is 5K up on me by the time we're braking for the next corner.
So for the chicane, I'm quicker.
Much quicker,
And
yeah.
elsewhere, I can see through the graph, I'm still a little bit behind you on turning, which is confidence, but halfway through the corner, I'm getting on the throttle sooner, pushing the car harder, and so there are cases where I'm actually coming out of the corners quicker than you.
Yeah, so what we can see here is you are still behind me on entry, but you are not a lot down on minimum. And you are picking up throttle way sooner than me through your confidence and rear grip. So you are, in some cases, coming out hotter than me and gaining more top speed. So if we look down into Ascari, you've got a slower entry, but by the time we're exiting and coming up, braking for the Parabolica, you are 6K up on me. Then we go into the Parabolica, you're slower again, but half the entry speed slower than you were in the RS. But what's really interesting is you pick up throttle way sooner than me and more committed, and you're actually 3K faster than me heading down the straight.
Wow.
So slow in, fast out in this sense actually worked for you. So now then, Matt, the time difference. Yeah. I can confirm you are only 1.1 seconds off me.
Really?
On a single lap.
So I saved 3 seconds?
You are 3 seconds faster, just through confidence.
Wow. So 100 grand saved me 3 seconds. If that was Formula One, how much would that cost?
I couldn't quantify it, I don't think.
3 seconds a lap? That's a game changer.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And really, that is just basically the kit. It wasn't me or my skills improving. It's the kit, isn't it?
Yeah, what it's done is amplified your ability. So with your track knowledge and how you drive, that car is just rewarding you for what you do know and how you implement your skills.
And it's just having bigger balls to just get my right foot down sooner, basically.
Yeah, but you're quite a calculated person, and the car is letting you know you can get on the power now.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Exactly. Wow. What a change. I've got a little bit of a confession to make. The Manti Racing kit includes Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tyres. The GT3 RS, a standard car, was on just normal Cup 2s. That will have made a difference. Now, I've spoken to some of the guys at Porsche, and they reckon of that 3-second improvement I had in the lap time, probably 1 second was down to the tyre difference. So the other 2 seconds is all down to the aero. And don't forget that this whole package has been set up to be able to run on these Cup 2Rs to fully exploit them.
And that sums up the Manti ethos. Everything on this GT3 RS has been fine-tuned to make it quicker and more accessible than the standard car. And as a result, you feel confident enough to exploit every modification to its full potential, even on a super fast, intimidating track like Monza. But is it worth the extra cash over a standard GT3 RS?
So then, what's my final verdict on the Manti Racing upgrade kit, the 911 GT3 RS? For £100,000 to shave 3 seconds off my lap time and get within 1 second of a professional racing driver is pretty incredible. If I wanted to get within 1 second of Sam's time in the 3RS in the standard car, I'd have to spend hundreds of hours practicing. This really is a great shortcut.
First sight, I never believed when I saw you for the first time. I changed my mind. Your eyes and your smile are a fantasy. I need